Welcome, everybody, to the Boom and Freezer Show. I am your host, Scott Frost, a.k.a. The Freezer, and I am with my man, Bobby Boom. And before we get started, it's one table, two players, one winner. Who will be king of the hill? It's Hilltop Promotions. They are the title sponsor of this entire season, and I'm excited for it. Stephen Tucker, Joey Furtado, doing big things in the pool world, and we cannot wait to see what happens by the end of the year. That being said, I have a special guest. I've been talking to his father, Lee McBride, and it's my man, Payne McBride. What's up, buddy? How are you?
How's it going, Scott? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on.
What's going on, Payne? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta say it. I mean, we're doing a show, so it is what it is. I'm an idiot. I mean, most of you out there already know that. But I thought I was talking to his mom this whole time, and I've been talking to his dad, and I'm just an absolute idiot. So I'll just say what it is.
I wouldn't say that. There's actually a lot of people that confuse them.
Well, the way the name was spelled, I've just been
exactly.
So I just assumed. So I apologize.
That's okay.
All right.
Let's talk about Payne. A lot of people talk about you as the future of USA Pool. 19 years old, right?
Yep.
Doing a lot of big things, making a lot of noise. Do you feel a lot of pressure already at a young age? We're going to go get into your career and your young accomplishments and stuff, but as being a 19-year-old American player, do you feel a lot of pressure because the Americans haven't done the greatest and, flourishing great players, you know what I mean? Less compares to overseas. Do you feel a lot of pressure?
I would say definitely. It's very funny now, looking kind of back on my junior career, but I turned 20 in less than a month. But like I said, it's very funny looking back on my junior career because of how much pressure I actually felt at junior tournaments. Like Junior Worlds for me was always the most pressure, bar none, for the year. But playing, obviously I still feel pressure, but playing match room events, it's funny to look back at that. But I feel pressure in a lot of things, really.
Do you think? I think that's healthy, though. In a lot of ways, I think that's normal. I think it's healthy in a lot of ways. I think it's good to feel pressure because if you weren't feeling pressure, you probably wouldn't be the guy, right? You know what I mean?
I would say it's definitely healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think of myself as somebody who, maybe flourishes under pressure or does better under pressure, but.
We need our fans to make sure they know about this American young player. Let's tell everybody a little bit about you. Like, when did you really start playing pool? How old were you when you first hit a ball? And who got you into pool?
So it's funny being Father's Day, but, I feel kind of, it's maybe a cliche, but my father got me into pool. And I've been playing since I was 9 or 10, really. So just tall enough to see over the table. But in one of our old houses, we had a valley. And obviously I might have been too young to remember, but my dad has told me I've always been able to do the bridge. I learned real quickly how to do a bridge, but he got me into the game. And this is another big thing I feel like people might not even know, but I didn't see a big table until I was 13 or 14. I think maybe even a little older.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing strictly valley. I barely even see a diamond 7 foot. But I got to play in the JICs. They came around in 2021. And that was when, I got my head busted in because all the other juniors, that was a big table tour for the juniors.
Will you tell us a little bit real quick about the JIC so that people can understand a bit more about it?
So the JIC is our junior tour in America. And it started, like I said, 2021 or 2022, the 9-ball tour. And that was ran by Raw Hanna.
Shout out to Raw. Doing big work. I mean, Raw, one of the best in the business. And I actually got to commentate an event you guys had at Bowl Shooters. How long ago was that, Payne?
That was the first time we met, wasn't it, Scott?
How long ago was that?
Was that 4 years ago, I believe.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. 22? 22? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I was, Bobby, I was blown away. So we have an awesome pool room here, Bowl Shooters. And I think we've got 70 tables in this pool room. Just one of many great pool rooms here in Phoenix.
It's changed a lot since then, right, Scott?
It has changed a lot. But I was blown away. Somebody invited me to the event at the JIC event, and I walked in, and I didn't say anything to anybody. A couple of my friends recognized me, and I was talking to them, but I was paying attention to what was going on in the room. And I'll never forget this because I was naive to it. I'm in my own little world doing what I'm doing, and I'm paying attention to. There's two pit tables there, two tables that are designed, and one of them it was actually mine. One of the diamond tables, real tight table there, was actually mine. And I'm watching these guys play, these younger guys play, and I'm just like, these can't be American players, right? I'm thinking these cannot be American players. That's really what I'm thinking. I just didn't know where they came from. I was blown away at the talent that they had. I don't want to use the word groomed because I think that word is used in a wrong way. But these guys were really, really good players, and Payne will be the first to probably tell you because he's such a humble young man that he is not the only talent out there. There are a ton of talented young players out there, and it's really good to see. I think that what we want is for them to break through, kind of like yourself, Payne. Like you've got to admit you've broken through. I know you're not where you want to be. Nobody ever is. I'm still not where I want to be, but you've definitely broken through. I was impressed.
Thank you. Right now, I'd say I'm at the level I can, go to most of the WNTs, not the majors, but the WNT stops under that, and I can, right now I'm just on the bubble, so where I can always get to where losers qualification or winners qualification. I might not always make single elimination. I have broken through a couple times, this year and last year, but that's where I'm at right now. As I'd say.
What do you feel that you need most to get to that next level so you can not always, but most of the time get to that single elimination? What do you feel that you need to work on the most?
Well, my parents especially have done a great job of getting me to coaches in the last, however many years. I've went to see so many. So I feel I'm smart enough to definitely get there. But in this stage of my life, like I said, I didn't see a big table until I was 15 or 16. I don't have a lot of places to go play around home. So
where exactly do you live, Payne?
I live in Middletown, Indiana. So Northeast Indiana is what it's.
Where's the closest pool?
An hour and 15 minutes to Indianapolis. There's a
really
pool hall called Brickyard. And then so you guys might have heard of John Wayne's in Indianapolis. I can't get into that one because of the Indiana laws.
Okay.
Got to be 21. You have to be 21 to get in there?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if you guys lost me for a second. But yeah, nope. I got to get. So there's 2 pool halls in Indianapolis, and I can't get into half of them. But one of my sponsors is actually about 15 minutes away, and he's kind of starting a pool room, but it's really getting there. He's got a Predator big table and 3 Predator bar tables, and then in the basement there's actually 4 home tables. They're 8-footers, so that's really nice for me to be able to go and play. That's just starting. He's getting to where that's going to be a real nice pool hall.
What's it called, and where is it? And you said that's one of your sponsors?
Yeah, Blue River Billiards. It's in It's Blue
Yeah.
River, Indiana.
We're going to get into your sponsors as well. But what I'm getting from you, it's just crazy for me. We just had somebody, I'm sure you know who he is, Pius Labutis, and he grew up in Lithuania, and he really had no one to play around coming up. But am I getting that from you? Like, not only did you grow up on a bar table, and you might have grown up around league players, and not knocking them. I absolutely love league players, right? But did you really not have like a top player that you could rub shoulders with anywhere, right?
I mean, that's the way I feel. Yeah, I'd like to say easy answer for me is just getting more seasoning, right, to get to where I want to be. And obviously, I've had great players around me.
Sure.
But to someone someone real great to bump shoulders with, no. I mean, there's no, right? Derby was the biggest tournament. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You can talk.
I couldn't even get into Derby until last year, and that's the closest tournament to me.
Let me ask you this. You said something earlier, and I don't want to try and rephrase it because I can't exactly remember how you phrased it. But do you think that I'm not. I'm going to let you answer this. Do you think that you should or should not be playing the WNT majors? Majors.
I feel like I should.
Okay.
I feel like
Agreed.
there's no reason not for me to be. I think a lot of people should be playing the WNT majors. To be completely honest,
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think those are the highest quality tournaments.
Yeah. The best experience, the highest quality. You're already playing those kind of on a smaller level with the ranking events.
Yeah.
You're still going to face a lot of the same guys, just on a bigger stage, which I think is really good for your experience, your nerves, everything else. Is there something? Is there something? I'm not being rude here in any way. Is there something stopping you from doing that? Is it money?
Playing the majors
Yeah.
overseas, definitely. I've
What
played the
about the
U.S.
state?
Open. I've played the U.S. Open for the last 5 years, I believe.
What about the Florida Open?
Yeah, I played the Florida Open last year. I'll be playing that this year. I'm playing the U.S. Open again this year. I'm looking at the Arizona Open right now. Yeah, I won't. Sorry, the Phoenix Open. The Arizona Open is single elimination, right?
Yeah, we've got two events, so that they're literally right back to back. There's only one day in between. The first one's the Arizona Open. It's the I think it's the 13th through the 16th. If you win one match, you're guaranteed money. And then the 18th through the 22nd is the Phoenix Open. The Arizona Open is $250 entry fee, $125,000 added. So it's good money in it for the entry fee.
Yeah.
And then you backdoor that right down the road with, and I'm obviously involved in both of those right down the road with the double elimination, $400 entry fee, Phoenix Open. And if you make the final 32, it goes to single elimination. But this pays $20,000 for first. The Arizona Open pays $25,000 for first. But I really hope to see you. I really do, because it's good experience.
I'm looking at the Arizona Open, or sorry, I'm looking at the Phoenix Open and not looking at the Arizona Open right now.
Why is that? Be honest. Double elimination.
It's 3 hours from the airport, right?
It's 2.5. Yeah. If that's your issue, I'm dead serious. You have my phone number. If that's your issue, I'll 100% on my word get you to the resort, and I'll get you to the Phoenix Open.
Jeez.
All right.
100.
That's almost an offer you can't refuse.
100%. I live here in Phoenix. Carl Boys and I fly in from the Florida Open. If we would be thrilled to just, you can ride with me, no problem. And if for some reason I have to go earlier, whatever the case may be, you just let me know when your flight is. There's 150, 200 people in this town. I will make sure you're safe and the right person and get you right there.
Thank you, Scott.
Yep, no problem. My pleasure. Absolutely. I definitely don't want the drive to stop you from playing in that event. That's ridiculous. Which I get from your standpoint. You're 19, so but I'll make sure you get there safe, and hopefully it's me that gets you there, because I am going to drive to it from home. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that afterwards.
And it kind of makes sense. And we've been talking about this with all the people we've had on the podcast as well, as you've got to plan your schedule accordingly. When you have two events back, you almost have to kind of find a way. And I think by putting yourself out there on the podcast and doing all the stuff that you're doing, of course, creating connections like with the man, Scott, I mean, that's a huge deal. So I think that's what you really need to work on. And I think that'll be huge for you to go to all 4 events, right?
Yeah.
What I was just thinking about just now, though, is this going to air after? No, this will air prior.
It should. We got 3.
This will definitely air prior. I'm thinking about the Gorst SVB match. I can't get my mind off that.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm doing so much with that match. I'm so deep in that. But anyway, yes, absolutely, bud. 100%. I promise you, I'd get you there in a good ride, in a good vehicle. You won't be in Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. You won't be in that station wagon. You're welcome, bud.
Have you followed what Scott's talking about, the Hilltop Promotion match? What's going on with Federer?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, because those guys are doing a lot of cool things. So, one of our sponsors, obviously. But they're also talking about juniors. You're still considered a junior for at least another month. But even so, after that, I know those guys, Joey and Steven, they love the American players. They want the American players to do well. They're talking about possibly doing something for the juniors as well. So who knows what something might happen there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I'd mentioned it to him, and I think we find a way to get the younger generation of the American players mixed up in there. So prize money might not be the same, but it's still going to be good money, and you'd be on that list. I don't think you have to be quote unquote a junior. I think we just want to mix it up with the younger players from America. So we'll see what they say. It's obviously up to them, but we'll figure.
That's awesome. I hope that works out. That'd be great because they take care of you. Make sure you get there safe and sound and back, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about leagues a little bit. Do you play leagues at all right now?
No, I was playing leagues when I was probably 12 or 13, just junior leagues around Indiana, and those kind of fizzled out. And I actually haven't played a league until a month ago. I got on a UPL team.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to talk quick. One of our sponsors, Nick Marino, NN Billiards. He has Greater New Haven APA. He does a lot of APA. I just want to give him a shout out. APA, huge sponsor of the Boom and Fraser show. They do great things. They have all kinds of leagues all over the United States, trips to Vegas, and Nick Marino NN Billiards does a great job. I want to give a shout out to Nick. Thanks a lot for your support on the Boom and Fraser show.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. And on that subject, Payne, the Phoenix Open is sponsored by Metro Sports Bar and Grill. That is one of my partners. He's been sponsoring our podcast since day one. They've got 8 brand new diamond tables. They're making the tops. He's putting all new tops on them to 4.25 inch pockets. He's adding $20,000, or no, he's adding $20,000 to the prize fund, guaranteeing $20,000 up top. He's paying deep, and it's David Lee. And then his manager's Robert, and those guys are such great guys. So hopefully you make it there. I'll do whatever I can. Don't be afraid to text me if you need somebody to sponsor you to get you in the event. I'll do what I can, 100%. Heck, I might even just put you in the event. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I have no problem doing that. But if you need any help, let me know. But shout out to Metro Sports Bar and Grill for hosting the Phoenix Open. Everything they're doing. We're grateful for that.
Good stuff. I know this is not a league, but they kind of have a league, Ultimate Pool. I know you have a little bit involved in that. I want to get into that a little bit. Have you played in your first match yet, or are you going to be playing in Ultimate Pool?
What do you mean, like the league I'm playing?
The league, the Ultimate Pool. Have you found about? Have you seen the
Pool League? Right, I think Ultimate Pool League.
Yeah.
Have you played any of the pro events at all yet?
Oh yeah. I've played. So I played the Louisville Open last year, and I've also played the Iowa Open at the Rack.
Are those amateur events as well, or are they just strictly pro events?
They're open.
I think that's pretty badass, right? Pardon my language. Don't you, Bobby? Did anyone play those?
Yeah, no, they're fantastic events. How did you do in those events? Did you do okay? Who'd you play? Do you remember?
So the Louisville Open was my first UPL event, period. And I was lucky enough to get into the shootout. I played Justin Bergman on the TV table, and I jumped out to an early lead on him.
Tough match.
Yeah. But so back then they were allowing the 8 on the break, and I forget what exactly the scoreline was, but so I said I jumped out early on him. It might have been up like 4-2, but he ends up tying it up because all their matches are on a match clock. He gets up on me 5-4, and I got like 2 minutes left. So of course I'm shaking, but I scramble up there and run out, tie it up 5-5, and I screwed up because I left 3 seconds on the clock. And he broke him 88 on me to win the match.
No way.
I knew it was going to happen, yeah.
Are you serious?
That's one of my most viewed matches on YouTube.
And Justin Bergman, shame on you. I can't believe Justin. If you're watching,
we just had him on the show, we just had him.
We just had him on the show. I can't believe you would take that. I mean, I would have All right, I'm just kidding. I know it's the rules, but that's unreal. You left 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
8 on the break. Welcome to pool.
That same tournament in the Open, I drew him again, single elimination.
And what'd you do? Did you get him back?
No.
Well, he is, in my opinion, the second best player for the last decade and a half in America. So that's my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah, taking him hill is a great job, and I'm sure you took that as a stepping stone in your career, right? It had to be a good, you lost, but you had to be pretty proud of that moment.
Yeah, I definitely compounded on it. So after that tournament, I jumped in the car 7 hours to the International Open that same year. I got put out at like 4, and the International Open started the day after, 4 p.m.
I got to bring something up. We switch gears all the time here. Bobby probably hates it because Bobby's a little bit more like structure oriented, and I'm more kind of like just all over the place. Were you the one that had Federer beat, or I know Federer was playing? Did you beat Federer in a match where either you shot the wrong ball, or was it Shane? You were playing Shane? Was it you playing Shane?
No, that was actually a different junior who
was that?
His name is Joey Tate. I don't think I like him, but there's a lot of people that confuse me with him and say I look just like him.
No, I knew it was either you or Joey. I just took
he had Shane beat and shot the wrong ball.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject. But yeah, we won't go there. But I actually
back on track. You're at Ultimate Pool, right? You just finished, and you're driving how many hours?
7 hours.
Welcome to the world of pool.
Yeah.
And how'd that go for you when you got there? Were you rested? Did you feel uncomfortable? Let's talk about that.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. What happened?
At the International?
Yeah.
I think I remember playing good.
How long ago was it?
This was a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Who have you I know you've played some real good players, and I know you've beat some real good players. Who's the best player you've beat in a pretty big tournament?
So this year, speaking of the smaller, W&T ranking events, the Bob Stocks Memorial was this year.
Yeah.
I beat Felix Vogel, and I beat Jeremy Sosi that tournament, and then the tournament before. So this was the same road trip. That was the Beasley Open. That one's in North Carolina, and I beat Wolford, and then I beat Emil Andre Gangflot.
Big names.
Yeah, they're real great players.
Yeah, Felix Vogel's in the Final Four right now, right, Bobby? Oh,
he is before playing tomorrow morning, or a couple hours probably at their time. But yeah, he's got a chance to win the whole thing, so that's a huge win.
Yeah,
I would say the first real big one I had, I was real young, but I played Hoven Bustamante at a Predator. You remember the Predator stops they used to have in the Midwest?
Yes, sir.
I was at one of them. It was in Michigan.
He lives here. He lives here in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does live in Phoenix.
We battled a bunch. We played in a bunch of state championship finals. We played in the finals of the Rum Runner. I did beat him, but we did play. But yeah, he's a great player. He's a guy, not switching subjects, but you probably know his game pretty well. He's improved more, and he's older. He's improved more where you don't see that from guys typically as much, but he's improved more than back when he and I were playing. He's a great player. So that's a strong win, a very strong win.
I feel like every time I go to the U.S. Open, I got to play Federer. I played Federer for like 3 years straight or 2 years straight.
That's what I feel like. I thought you guys had played played a lot, right?
Yeah, really. I forget which year, but my first round I played Ko Ping Chung, and then I made it all the way back through, and I played Federer losers qualification.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah. That's what happens at the U.S. Open because they're seeded as well.
Yep.
So,
and the field's so strong anyway.
Got to get the seat up, man. Get the seat up a little higher. Avoid those guys. Get a couple guys in the middle and make some noise. So what do you got going up next? What's the sorry, let's get back to Ultimate Pool. So you played a couple matches here. How do you like that format? The 30-second shot clock, 15-second shot clock after a little bit of time. How do you like that?
For one, actually, I love the format. I wouldn't say it complements my game really. I'd say I'm probably not the player for that format, but I love the format. I think playing the clock, some guys think it's kind of cheating or not, but I think playing the clock is 100% part of that format. It's kind of set up for that. Why would they have the clock if you're not supposed to play it? And I think it sets up really well to be put on YouTube.
And what do you think about the Brunswick tables there? Those new tables, you like them?
Yeah. When they first brought those Brunswicks in, the pockets were gigantic. That was probably one of my biggest gripes with those events for a long time, is that the entire event would be played on diamonds, and then the end of the event, or there'd be one Brunswick for the end of the event, and then the rest of the open and stuff like that was played on diamonds.
So it's a different field when you get on the Brunswick, right? A little bit bigger, plays a little looser. You can bounce it off that first dot and still go in a lot of the time. Yeah. Well, Brunswick, we love Brunswick tables here. Do you like the 9-foots? Do you play any Brunswick 9-foots in your area?
No, being a younger guy, I haven't played very much pool on a Brunswick at all.
Yeah, Bobby owns a room you called Yale Billiards. It's a real nice room. I've been out there to teach Jeremy Jones, myself, Rodney Morris, and he just got all the Brunswick Gold Crown 7s, the new ones, and they're really nice. Bergman talks highly about them. I have not got to play on it yet, but what a gorgeous table it is.
I'd love to play on one.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the best.
I was at the Connecticut Open at Yale Billiards, I think last year.
Oh, the McDermott Open. Yeah, he was here.
The McDermott Open. Yeah.
Open. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I wasn't, but I was there. I was there in spirit because I commentated it, but I was here. So.
Yeah, so we swapped all those Brunswick Gold Crown 3s and we got all Gold Crown 7s now. So we were hoping to have the McDermott, obviously, but it didn't work out because a couple of events got canceled, New York and ours. So just didn't work out. But well, we got an opportunity for you. We got a raffle for a Brunswick Gold Crown 6 $100 raffle, right? You can win one, put it in your basement. You got room in there?
Yeah, I already got one in here. Or not, I got a diamond in here.
The 9-foot?
Yeah.
You got room? Oh, there you go. So you got one. I thought you didn't have one the way you were talking. Hey.
No.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'm sitting right next to it.
Show us.
There you go.
That's a 9-foot, right?
There's the girlfriend.
9-foot.
Yeah, it's a 9-foot.
All right. That's the cherry ring.
There's a Predator 7-footer over there too.
My goodness. Okay. Must be nice. Must be nice. Little
One of my sponsors was nice enough to give me that.
Well, you're definitely sponsorable, right? Like that's where I was going earlier with when I was touching about if you had access to playing the bigger events. And I think you're obviously, people know that you're a great representative of the youth player. Obviously your parents have done a very good job raising you.
Who are your sponsors right now?
So I've got a lot of them.
Let's go.
Big old list if you're ready.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Go for it. Take your time, by the way, if you want to shout out a website or anything.
Yeah.
I got Predator cues. Obviously I play with their cues, but then I've got Savage Billiards.
Is that what you play with? Okay.
Yeah, I've got Savage Billiards. They supplied all my jerseys.
Shout out Jake and Brittany.
Yeah, they're the best. I love them.
Good friends of mine. Really good friends of mine. I just took Jake fishing last year. He's good friend.
Really?
Yeah, they've been close friends of mine for a long time. Tony and Julie Bloom were the ones that talked me into coming back out and playing. And Julie Bloom, Jake is Julie Bloom's son. So they're the ones that taught me back in playing, but they're great people, Savage Billiards.
I've got Pods of Columbus, Ohio. Action Palace in Dayton, Ohio as well. Cardinal Residential Service and Maxwell Electric, their local companies. Northeast Indiana Ultimate Pool League. And then also Athletic Equipment Unlimited. Philip Martin III. He's the owner of Blue River Billiards. And then JTS Tree Services and Joby McCoy.
Good
all
for
my
you,
great
dude.
sponsors. I'm such a lucky kid, to be honest.
Well, luck is a residue of skill. You represent yourself well. You always have. That was something that stuck out with me back when I first met you. So deservingly so with those sponsors. But we're all lucky to have sponsors, no question. Can't do it without them. So thank you guys for supporting this young man right here. I see why though. I'd support you. Hey, I said I'd give you a ride.
You did. You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
But how about that? All those sponsors at a young age, being a young American player, how does that make you feel?
Great. I'm incredibly lucky. I feel sponsors are needed, to be honest, to make it. I think everybody already knows you can't just make it off of tournament winnings alone. So I feel very lucky to have, great sponsors as I do already.
It's awesome. It's really awesome.
That's great stuff. So Ultimate Pool, you got another event coming up for that? Are you going to be playing in the next one?
No, that's Kansas City, right? I believe.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I thought I just saw something on that. What is your next event?
My next event is the JIC in Florida, actually. And after that, I've got the Florida Open and also the US Open.
Phoenix Open, Arizona.
Yeah, you're not playing the Vice City? You're not going to play the Vice City ranking event?
Where's that at?
It's in Fort Lauderdale, right before the Florida Open.
Oh no, I should look at that though.
It's only a few hours. It's like 2.5 hours from. But once again, I'll be there, and guess what? I'll give you a ride from the City Open. I'm just an all-around driver.
I feel like I'm just hitching rides from Scott now.
Yeah, this is what's happened here.
He's never once offered me a ride yet. I've been in a show.
Well, I haven't seen him in person. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'd give you a ride if you want to go. I'm not putting pressure on you. I get it. It's a lot of events, but it's at Dave and Leah Bartosiak, another sponsor of ours, Classic Billiards. It's at their room, and they've got a heck of a venue. So if you decide to go,
Classic Billiards.
Yeah, okay. So you're familiar, right?
I've been there twice.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, and they're big supporters of the juniors. So, if you go,
yeah. So you got a chance to. I mean, but that's 5. Have you ever traveled 5 weeks in a row, or if you do this long road trip, you have done it already?
Yeah, I go to Vegas every year for. I wouldn't say that. This year I was in Vegas for 31 days, I believe, and then the year before I was there for 36 days.
Okay, but that's only one spot though, right? You stay there for the. So we're talking going from Florida, Phoenix, right, and then Arizona, then Texas.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's tough for the juniors to be on the road that long.
Yeah.
Very tough. When you're traveling now, you're getting a little bit older. Are you traveling by yourself now? You thinking, or you're still your dad, or yourself now? Huh? Okay.
So I said my dad got me into pool, but he actually was never, let's say, lucky enough to go with me to very many events. It was me and my mom, and I feel.
Yeah, she was here.
I feel like
wasn't she at the tournament? Yeah.
She's
I feel like I'm so lucky to have her, but I feel like a lot of juniors shoot themselves in the foot, or their family shoot themselves in the foot by trying to bring everybody with them.
Yeah.
And it can help bring a lot of expenses down, just by having one parent.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm kind of on this Florida thing. I mean, what's holding you back from going to the 2 Floridas? Did you know about the Vice City or no? You weren't aware of it?
I'm sure I'd probably, skim past it on the Matchroom website, but no, it didn't really register that they coincided. So nothing's stopping me really from going to both of those.
Yeah. No.
I believe gosh, I need to pull up the dates. But it's literally right before. It is right before it opened. Yeah. I think there's a few days in between.
Dave Bartosiak, obviously, like I said, one of the sponsors of the Boom and Freezer Show. He's great. It's a great venue. Have you ever been there or no?
Yeah,
I've been there.
They do so many great things.
Oh, the juniors. That's right. Yeah. Right. So it's were they yelling classic real loud while they were playing? They go there, and Dave Portosiak gets the crowd going, and they just go classic, and the whole bar goes class. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Classics.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So did you look up those dates or no? Were you able to look them up? I saw you looking.
I'll find them.
Yeah, I'm gonna look them up right now because
I run 7 different pages, so I'm trying to get on my actual page so I can go to his page.
All right, so the Vice City Open is July 29th to August 2nd.
Perfect. And then the Florida Open is the
see that one here.
fifth. I got it. The Florida Open's the 4th through the 9th. So you'll have one day. I mean, you'll have one day in between. But the good thing is now, I don't know what you'll do, but from the Florida Open, so it's the Vice City Open ends on the 2nd. You'll have one day of travel. It's a 2.5, once again, about a 2.5 hour ride. Same as from the Arizona Open to the Phoenix Open. And then the Arizona Open is the 13th through the 16th. So the Florida Open is the 4th through the 9th. The Arizona Open is the 13th through the 16th. So it gives you a little more time to travel to Arizona. But really, for a guy like you, Payne, if it were me, it would make sense because I don't think all the top players are going to the Vice City Open. So I mean, that's not a disrespect to you, but I think that you've even got a better chance to do well and might get you a little more comfortable than just going in cold to the Florida Open.
Yeah.
Besides just practice, you know what I mean? So it's just an idea. You have my number if you decide to go. I know Dave and Lee would love to have you, and anything we can do to help you, we will.
I love that room too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the things, like I said, when you feel that pressure, you also have to feel the joy, right? Because America is looking for a young superstar, right? We want to get on somebody's back and just ride, right? So you have to feel the love as well from everybody, don't you? Yeah.
I would think everybody would say, as a player, there has to be that fire.
Right. And speaking of fire, what's your practice like? What do you do on that 9-foot diamond? What's your routine?
I practice a lot. I just got back from an event in Louisville. It was actually a junior event, but it's called the Junior World All Around. And
What'd you
do? I won the overall. So I won the banks and the one pocket, and I came second in the 9-ball. But I won overall, so I won the all around.
That's strong, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Likes the one pocket, Sky. You see that? He took the one pocket down.
Right? I hope he doesn't get that bug, the bank and one pocket bug, because you get that and it's over with. Yeah. No. Let me ask you that then. Do you play any one pocket? Like really
when
play?
I can.
Oh, you do.
When I can.
Oh boy. Okay, so.
Are you gonna be sad if I told you I like banks more than one pocket?
No, I mean I made the finals U.S. Open bank pool the last 2 years I played it. I beat Beato in the finals the first year, and then Billy Thorpe thumped me in the finals the final year, and I haven't played since. That being said, I love both games. I think bank pool is an amazing game. I grew up around John Brumback, and I love the game. I think it's the game on an American pool table with the least amount of luck. Right? There really is no luck in the game, and or the sport. I think it's a sport. But where I was headed with this is, sometimes I don't know how to say things, so I just say it. Do you think that it affects your stroke playing rotation, one pocket and bank pool?
Not, to be honest, not really. It hasn't affected me. I wouldn't say that it doesn't affect other people. Maybe that's even just a mental thing. But
it could be, but I can tell you, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I can tell you that there was no American in my era. There was no American that could play one pocket full time and play 9-ball at the highest level. I could never play 9-ball at the highest level and one pocket. Shannon Dalton couldn't play 9-ball at the highest level and one pocket. Cliff Joyner couldn't play 9-ball and one pocket at the highest level. Really, the only ones that could, or the only one that could, he's still over there in Manila. His name's Efren Reyes. and we couldn't figure it out. There was always just something to it. I think different for you guys now, the younger generation. I think maybe a little different and easier for you guys to do it. Don't know why, but I can tell you why. I can tell you why from my point of view, because people are probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about now. But it's definitely a different stroke. You need more touch, more finesse. You're going to
100%.
You're going to bump balls around more, right? So what ends up happening if you play it too much, if you're trying to play rotation for a living, what ends up happening is oftentimes it can break the stroke down a little bit to where you're starting to decel just quite a, and so some things can start to happen. I don't want to get that in your head, right? That's why I was a little apprehensive about even bringing it up. But on the flip side of that, I think both of those games are also very good for your rotation. They're the happy medium.
I love playing them both, to be
Right.
honest.
I think they're great games.
What's your favorite one? One pocket, 9-ball, rotation, banks? If you had to play one, which one would you play?
I have such a love-hate relationship with banks, even though I just told
Don't
Scott
we
I
all?
love it. I know.
Yeah, bro.
But I think for me personally, it's got to be 9-ball because that's my best game. If I could only have one and play one forever, it'd be 9-ball.
Good answer, by the way. Good answer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's not all the action is, but that's where all the tournaments are, right?
Well,
Yeah.
even from 9-ball to 10-ball, my choices are better. That's my best break is probably the matchroom break. There's times where I can just get up there and just really hit the 10-ball break terrible, to be honest.
Right. Well, the 10-ball break is kind of a tough break to get down, and I saw that all week. I was watching my guy Honas over there at the Predator event and came in 5th. Congratulations, Honas. Shout out. But yeah, those guys, I mean, you can see so many of the top professionals were not making a ball on 10-ball. Obviously, they're using the triangle rack, how Predator is to being a sponsored player, but it's a tough rack. It's a tough break. And they weren't making it with any consistency. Tough, right?
It's such a tough format, and for as long as they've been playing that format, I feel like nobody's found a consistent break. I mean,
We're talking about the Predator.
Yeah, the Predator 10-ball open event.
I think it's due to I think it's kind of by design, and they won't say it. I think it's due to the rack, though, because we were just touching on that. The rack is really inconsistent, but I think they want it that way because of the format. Otherwise, if they were racking real good, it could be a little different story. So.
Yeah. All you guys out there, anybody listening, I want you to write in the chat if you want Payne to go to the Vice City. We want to hear your opinion. If you're watching this video and you're getting this episode right now, put in the comments if you think this young man should be going to the Vice City before the Florida Open.
Yeah, and the Arizona Open.
The Arizona Open as well.
Just throw them all in there if you're going to throw one.
Yeah, let's just make it one big tour. We'll call it the McBride Tour.
I love that. You know what I mean? I think that's a great idea because obviously being an American player, what's your main goal? Is it to win a world championship, to be a Mosconi one day, or just to get that first WNT win under your belt? What's your ultimate goal as an American young superstar?
I would probably say from the ones because I would say I haven't thought about my biggest goals in a long time. I've been kind of working on my a little smaller goals, but out of the ones you listed,
God talks about that all the time.
I'm big on
I'd
that.
probably say winning my first WNT stop or just an event. But I feel like every young guy in America, their dream is always to make the Mosconi Cup. So right now I'm kind of trying to take the steps to do that. Also, one of my biggest goals for a long time is being able to make pool, just make it a living. So being able to, that's been my biggest goal for a while, but also, goals for improvement within my game have been what I've been working on for a long time, seeing whether that may be choices or the break or anything really. And I would say I haven't even thought about my biggest goals in a while.
You're so polished. You're so polished. It's hard for me to always realize you're just 19 years young. There's no time like right now, Payne. You know that, right? Like this is your time. There's no time. When you mentioned in the Mosconi Cup, I'm just talking to our friend a friend of mine, Pius Labutis, we just had on the show. He had a really good analogy, right? And I guess I just want to touch on this for you, maybe something to think about, because I know it's great to have the Moscone Cup as a goal for you. That's great. But I also know from experience, I tried out in 2015. I know it's happened to a lot of other players. Also know it can kind of consume you as well. I
Yeah.
think you understand where I'm going with that. You understand what I'm saying. So basically, what I'm getting at is sometimes the goal becomes too big for us,
Yeah.
and I think that for you, because you just said short goals, I think you look at what's right in front of you, right? Whatever you've got next, you look at what's right in front of you, you work on that, and just let your results speak for themselves, and keep doing what you're doing. Really, just keep doing what you're doing. I think if you can play the Florida Open, the Vice City Open, the Arizona Open, Phoenix Open, and U.S. Open, those are 5 amazing events.
Yeah.
I think that should be your goal, your short-term goal. Playing in those and competing, right?
Yeah,
That should be. I agree.
Yeah, because he's going to perform. He's going to beat some good players, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get the money. And that's how he knows this stuff. He's already been doing this, and I think at 19 years young, that's my whole point. Is I keep thinking I'm talking to a 23 or 24-year-old, and no disrespect, but dude, you're
Kind of a kid,
ahead of
you
the
know.
curve.
Yeah.
You're ahead of
Oh,
the
yeah.
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully you get off this call and try to make some moves and see what happens with those events. You got a ride. Like I said, you already got a ride. You're good to go with that.
Or two.
Yeah.
Podcaster to Uber driver.
That's right. That's right.
5 stars, baby.
Yeah, give me 5 stars and make sure to tip.
We were just talking, like I said, to Pius, who's a friend of yours, right?
Yeah.
He said he talked really highly about you.
Sure did.
So earlier we talked about me feeling like I have, not very many places to play. So growing up, I had to actually drive over to Ohio a lot, which is maybe a 2-hour drive. But growing up, a lot of people actually thought I was from Ohio because I would go over there to play so much.
I actually thought you were from Ohio. I thought you were from Ohio.
There's a lot of people that do, and I see how they do. But growing up, I was trained by D. Atkins, so I'd go over. His house is 2 hours away, and I would say I owe a lot to him just for the way I play today, with as much as he's taught me.
He's awesome.
But I met Pius. Pius was actually staying at D's as well, and I might have seen him there twice. But so I've actually gotten some sparring in with Pius, and that was 2 or 3 years ago, I believe. But we ran a couple miles together. It was great. I have nothing but great things to say about Pius.
He's amazing. He's a great dude, and he's got a great game too. He's one of my top 3 players to watch play. I love watching him play.
I love watching him play.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a guy you can emulate, right? He's a guy you can emulate as far as his daily routines, the way he carries himself.
Definitely, yeah.
But I think I see some of that in you. To be honest with you, I definitely see some of that in you.
Have you built any other relationships as you got a little older with some of the other top pros? Because it's always good to spar with them, get to know them when you see them on the road, because they want to practice too sometimes. Not everybody travels in threes like the Spanish guys. Some people travel 1-on-1. It's good to meet people to have connections to practice with, right? Who have you met?
I would say, as far as having people I'm close enough with to just go and spar with, I'm kind of.
Yeah.
This might not be as accurate as I'm saying, but I'm kind of losing it because the guys I could go and do that with were juniors, and they're either growing up and doing other things, or maybe they just don't play as much anymore. But I would say I'm friendly with just about all the pros, unless I haven't even met them. I'm also friendly with a lot of the European juniors my age, which is nice. So I haven't maybe gotten the chance to spar as much with them yet, but I'm thinking I probably would be able to.
Yeah, and Scott, what do you think? How do you approach that if you're a pro player? If you want to spar with another pro, is that something you do or you don't do that?
Well, That's why I'm impressed anyway, because he grew up in a small town, and he doesn't have the access that even I did. I grew up in a small town, Des Moines, Iowa, but we had a really good pool room there, and the owner was a world champion player. So I had access to players that were always better than me when I first started playing. So for me, it's always impressive to see a guy like him that, he has to put in the extra effort to get around those better players,
Yeah.
which isn't easy. Even more reason, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, even more reason to play as many tournaments as you can.
Don't play those events.
As many as you can. And I mean, as many as you can. And I know your parents.
Miami,
I know
Phoenix.
yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, in any of them, I don't care what you're playing, as long as I'm looking at it from a player standpoint, as long as you're getting your feet wet and you're in competition with other players that can beat you.
Yeah.
That's the key. You want to be around people that can beat you. You don't want to be around the people that you're supposed to beat on a regular basis. I think that that's where you really get your seasoning. And since you don't have the ability to call up any really great player and just go play with them in 10, 15 minutes, that's what you got to do. That's just what you got to do.
Yeah.
I want to add something too. What Scott was talking about earlier. Right now you got everything going for you, right? At such a young age is the best time to go out there into the pool world, right? You're not married, right?
No.
You have no kids, right?
No.
You're ready to go. You're ripe for the taking. Now is your time between 19 and 22, 23 to go out there and make your name for yourself, because you nothing to lose. You go out there and give it your all and show America what you can do. I know we can get you on Moscone. I know you got big dreams. I know you can do it. Do you feel like that this is your time right now? And do you understand that being a young age without the major responsibilities, you can somehow, like I said, get a ride from Scott, do whatever it takes, call your sponsor. Hey, I really like to go to this. Is there anything I can do? You know what I mean? Stuff like that to get to those tournaments and make it happen.
Honestly, I'd say I felt that way for a long time. I didn't go to college, so that I really wanted to give pool a try, and say I dogged it or I didn't make it, I'd just go to college. I'd get a job. I'd do whatever I wanted after. But I really wanted to give this a try for as long as I maybe can.
I think you're right where you're supposed to be. Like right now. I mean, right now with your game where it is, I don't think you're supposed to expect anything more out of yourself than where you are right this minute. Because you've obviously put in the work to be where you're at. You're this close to being a great player, this close, and you're this close to being an elite player. Obviously, those two levels from where you're at right now are the hardest levels to get to, but you're 19, so you're right there. Like, you're right there. And you just don't, I think you're smart enough to understand. You just don't put pressure on yourself. Just play and keep going through your training, keep doing what you're doing. I wouldn't change anything if I was you, except obviously you're looking to improve. You're looking for little tricks here and there, good technique and all that stuff, exercise.
Tricks of the trade.
Of course. Yeah. But you just don't change anything, because what you've been doing is obviously working. It's got you to where you are right now. I think
There's also times where I feel, I've done way better than I probably should have for the area I'm in. And I don't know if that's big headed or not. I don't think it is, but I've been in a great spot mentally for, I don't know how long, but there was when I was first starting off as a junior. Like I said, I was traveling to Ohio. D. Adkins actually had a tour, and it was a junior tour. It was on the bar table, but my dad took me to every stop, and I didn't win a match for the whole year.
Okay.
Struggling
So I got my head beat in.
Good.
But I would say I learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
I mean, but for me, that was what it took to get to that next level of maybe being a junior. So I went from getting my head beat into those regional stops to being able to win some of those. And I'd say I did the same at the JIC. So that would be like the national junior level. And, thinking it's probably going to be the same at the pro level. There's no
That's
reason
right.
to think any different.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what happened to me, Payne. When first couple of years, I just had a show. Bobby makes me do podcasts on myself, but I
I've
don't.
seen them.
Great shows. If you haven't seen them, you got to learn
Okay.
so much. I've learned.
Okay, that's good. My whole point is though, the first 3 years I played pool, I was the biggest sucker on the planet. I got my head pounded in, but I loved it. I loved it. Right? You kind of got to expect that when you're first starting playing, and you're 100% right. That's what it takes. That's what you have to go through. Those are the sacrifices you have to make to get to where you get. Right? You've got to. You can't walk before you crawl. You have
You
to
just don't start at the top.
Nobody does. It just doesn't
No.
happen, right? Like, and I don't know if this has happened to you yet at 19, but I could, when I was in my prime, anywhere I walked, when I was probably number one in the world playing one pocket, somebody'd walk in a pool room and they'd say, "What's it like to be number one in the world?" I would have been number one in the world if, or but, or this or that, right? And it's okay. I get it, right? But the sacrifices that you have to make, which is going to a 5-week stretch tournament, right? Set of tournaments. Those are sacrifices your parents are making. Those are sacrifices your sponsors are making. Those are sacrifices that you are making. Those are your decisions. Those are your choices. And those are what are going to get you to where you want to be, as long as you want it bad enough. So everything you just said, I fully back up, and I've been through, and there's just no better time to be Payne McBride than right now. I'm telling you, there's no better time. So I don't see any reason why you would have a negative mindset. I think you're supposed to be in a great place mentally. From talking to you here that it's not going to happen overnight. It just doesn't look that way. It just doesn't happen. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm proud.
Well, there's so many. Yeah, it's impossible. There's so many parts of the game too. I mean, you got to be a world-class kicker. You got to be a world-class banker, shot maker, position player, breaker, all those things to make it at the top.
That's right.
All right. What do you want everybody to know about 19-year-old Payne McBride, pool player? What do you want everybody to know? Tell us a little something. What do you want everybody to know about you?
Whether it's personal,
question, I would say, yeah.
Whether it's personal, what do you like to do outside of pool? Do you have another talent? Do you draw? Do you cook? What do you like to do? Who is Payne McBride? Not just the pool player.
Honestly, I don't know if I'd say I have another talent, but
well, you're polished. You're very intelligent. I can tell you that. You were raised right. So those are. Shout out to Melissa. Your mom is Melissa, right?
Yeah.
Missy. Yeah. Shout out to her.
That's the right one.
She's the one I see all the time. Yeah. I was like, what the heck? I had to redeem myself there. Yeah.
I've been trying to find space to say, not sorry, but I feel like a lot of spots, I feel like there's so many things I want to say and I can't get them all out. I don't know if that's just from being a young guy, but I stumble over my words. But
take a breath, relax. If you want to say something, you can say. This is your time.
Oh, he's doing well. I feel like you've done great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I've done, yeah. Even recently, I've been doing lessons with a couple of the local guys, from around my area. But I'd say the same thing is happening here, where, they talk for a while, they talk for a longer while, and there's, with each part of, everything they say, I've got something that I feel like I could say, and I feel like I try and get that all out at the end, and I can't I only remember the last thing, really.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, I know what we got with Payne McBride. We got a young United States superstar in the making, and I'm not taking away from anything from your career already. I think you're doing fantastic at 19. Doing a great job so far, but I'm just saying the future is bright. You have everything you need. I think you got the sponsors behind you. You got Scott driving you around. I mean, you got everything you need. I know the future's bright. And before Scott says something, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. I
Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate it. You did a great job. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Once
Glad.
again, I echo exactly what Bobby just said. I think we're both happy to have you. I thought you did excellent. I think you're very polished in your speaking, and you
Thank
know,
you.
if there's anything I can say, I'm probably too. I'm not good at it. I speak my mind too much, but I've always been that way. And if I feel it's true, and I feel if it's what I feel is right, then I'm going to say it. And I think that there's never anything wrong with that. No matter what. So just be yourself. And
Thank you.
I look forward to 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years, you making the quarterfinals or finals of one of these majors and having you back on the show. Even next year, if you want to get on this show and you
I'd love to.
I think you're going to do something special, and I'm excited to see it. So thank you.
I'd say I'm a pretty easy guy to, I ain't too hard to get around. It don't take much for me.
Awesome.
Nice
We
spot.
appreciate it.
We're not done, right? I'd still like to answer Bobby's question.
Answer it.
So 6 months ago, the Payne McBride outside of pool, I wouldn't say, like I said, I wouldn't say I have any other crazy talents, but I like to think of myself as a pretty average white boy. I like to golf. I like, playing my video games. I got a girlfriend actually 6 months ago, and she's got me into reading. She's got me in a couple of things that I really love to do now. She's got me real bad into Harry Potter. So that's what I said. I love reading. It's pretty much just those books.
I love Harry Potter.
Binging those books. Yeah.
Of course.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Kirsten.
Kirsten?
Yeah.
She 19 or 20? How old is she?
She's 22.
22? Uh-oh. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. All right. Well, she better know that pool comes first. Does she know that pool comes first?
Yeah, I've told her. I've kind of, got it into her head real quick that this is my job. But we're very similar people, obviously, but we're kind of exactly the opposite in our lives because, I'm trying to be a pool player and she just got her bachelor's and she's going back for her master's and then she's going to go for her doctorate. So I feel like that's very,
she's got very
both
little
sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Listen, that's amazing. Erica, I've been with her 20 years. I'm going to tell you this. This is true, and I'm saying this on air because it doesn't matter. This is who I am. I dated a girl that was a pool player a long time ago, and it wasn't horrible, but I can tell you there's typically only room for one pool player in the relationship. I get it that some people can make it happen, but Erica and I are complete opposites when it comes to our work life. She reads books. I watch movies. She's like disciplined and does everything, and I'm kind of the guy that doesn't ever sit still. But it works. Yeah. Right? And I think that that's a great thing for you. I think that's a great thing because if she supports you and she loves you, that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. Yeah.
Well, she's been to a couple events with me already. Even in our short little 6 months, she supported me 100%.
That's great.
Support is important for sure. That's awesome. She's supporting you.
It's crazy.
Career.
She'll be sitting there watching, and honestly, she watches better than some of the pool players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Erica's the same way. She sat there for 20 hours one time when I was playing.
Good Lord.
And I felt so bad for her, but every time I looked over, she had 2 bottles of water for me and a grilled cheese. But it didn't take too many trips like that she was like, if you don't mind, I'd rather just stay at home. I'm like, I get it. Yeah.
Get your own cheese, Scott.
Yeah, right. Well, shout out to Kirsten. That's awesome. I wish you guys the best.
Same.
You got anything else? You got anything else you want to give us?
I'm good. What do you got? Anything else? Payne, you good?
I feel like there was something else I want to talk about.
Sponsors, anything else? You already gave us your
Uh,
sponsors, but you got anything
All
else
the
there?
coaches I've been to, really, if you guys would want to talk about that.
Yeah, go for it. Who do you got?
So like I said,
D.
D, and I've been to Johan twice now, and looking to go back for a third. No, I've been to him 3 times. Sorry, I've been to his home in Belgium twice, and I went and worked with him in Philly. That was at Rob Hart's house. That was a real nice weekend.
Shout out to Robert Hart. Great guy. Really good guy. And shout out to Johan Reising, by the way. And I'm sure you know this, Payne, but I'm probably his biggest fan. I don't care what anybody says or does about Johan Reising. I think he's the best coach in the world. Period. In the pool world, I think he's the best coach there is.
He's helped me a ton.
He just was just saying that he helped him with his stroke as well.
Yeah.
He was having an issue a little bit before, and he said it really helped him a lot, which was good stuff. He was on the show as well. He was like a month ago. Go check out that show. He said a lot of good stuff. Good job by him for sure. All right, looks like that's going to be it. I want to say again, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Again, I'm sure Scott and I would love to have you back on the show. I hope you decide to keep going, go to Miami and go to Phoenix and Arizona. I would love, I do the Shark Stream as well. I would love to follow you and push you to do all the stuff that you do because, we need the American players in here. We need the great youth of, you know what I'm talking about. We need the youth. We need you guys to keep going and pushing. It makes us all in the sport world, the pool world better for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Payne. You killed it. And I look forward
you
to
guys.
Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy your youth, your good looks.
Yep.
Your girlfriend.
Right? Absolutely. Enjoy it. I mean, you're 19 years old. You got the world at your feet, man. Just keep doing it. Follow your heart, bro.
Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Take care.
See you guys soon.